The manifestation as it shows up can show up as small or as large as you need it to be. But the key is to be open and receptive to the expression of God so that the idea of God and the dream of God as it gives and sows into your soul can come forth. Imagine how many lives have been blessed because of the dream that we're sitting in. Now, everything that our founder had, you have. Everything that she was able to do, you're able to do. Now, that doesn't mean you have to build a building. That doesn't mean that you have to minister to people. But it does mean that the demonstration of God in your life, world, and affairs is just as effective and ready for you as it was for her. That's my point. So all we have to do is allow the expression to have its way. Don't keep God out of the express business. He's ready to deliver. But he needs a male man or a male woman to carry the dream to term. What's the next point say? The desire must be impressed upon the subconscious mind before it can be accomplished. Now, here was something that I thought was really, really intelligent that Nehemiah did. In 2:12, Nehemiah says, I never told anyone about what God had placed on my heart to do. I never told anyone about what God had placed on my heart to do. Why? Because sometimes you have to let it get into your soul before you start blabbing about it. Sometimes you talk about your dream and you talk yourself out of your dream. Sometimes you talk to people about your dream and they talk you out of your dream. There are as many reasons why you cannot or should not accomplish your dream as you can come up with. For every car that you see, there's a reason for why your dream can't come true. And if you talk to yourself about why it can't be, then it won't be. But here's the good news. The more you allow the dream to impress upon your subconscious, when you allow the dream to get into your feeling nature, you start to get excited about it. See, and when you start to get excited about it, people will start to get excited about it. You won't have to tell nobody that you're excited, but they'll see the dance in your step. You know what I'm saying? They'll see that you're working on something. And that something that you're working on is exciting to you. And when they see you're excited about what you're working on, they start wanting to work on what they're supposed to work on. Because they know there's something in you. And when they see something in you that's got you moving, they start moving. You know, they see that it's working for you, they start working theirs too. We can all work our stuff because there is no big I and little you in the dream sequence. It's all available for God to use, but you must let it impress your subconscious mind. What it does when it impresses your subconscious mind is it begins to take on the name and the nature and the character of the dream. When your subconscious mind gets a hold of it, your subconscious mind can't help but give it back to you. So you have to let it get etched and impressed on the subconscious mind. When we play this tape from this service, everything on it is going to play exactly the way we played it unless we change something. If you don't change the dream as God gives it to you, it's got to come out in your life, world, and affairs the very same way. But you got to let it get impressed on the subconscious. You got to feel. If you don't feel it, how can you expect somebody else to feel it? If you're not excited about your dream, no. If you're not excited about what God is doing in your life, how can you expect somebody else to get excited? How can you expect somebody to support something that you don't believe in? They can't. It's difficult to do. When you're talking about a dream, at some point you might need some help to bring it forth. And when you go to the people, when you go to talk to the king, you can't be in there talking to the king, talking about, well, king, I sure would love, king, to be able to bring this dream forth, but I'm not sure. I don't really know about my business plan, king, and we probably for the first 1 or 2 years won't make any money, king, but I'd like for you to give me the release, and I'd like for you to give me some material to help with the building. I don't know if I'm going to be able to repay you for 3 or 4 or 5 years, king, but I sure would like for you to be a part of what I'm doing. If I were the king, I would call my security guards and run you out of my palace. You got to let it get etched in your soul. You got to let the nature of the dream get down in your soul. You got to let your character get down in your soul, because when you carry the dream is not some imaginary, I'm asleep with my eyes closed thing. The dream is real. The dream is real. In a little while, if you keep working with it, in a little while, you'll be able to touch it. The dream is real. In a little while, you'll be able to taste it, right? In a little while, you'll be able to wear it. The dream is real. In a little while, you'll be Oh, let me get out of there. Let me get out of there. What's the next point say? What's the next point say, please? You cannot desire anything that you are not capable of attaining or accomplishing. You cannot desire anything that you are not capable of attaining or accomplishing. If you couldn't do it, it would not come to you. The mere fact that it's a dream in your soul is an indication to you that it is something that you came to do. Now, I told you before, Nehemiah was a cupbearer. And there's nothing about the skill set of a cupbearer that translates into being a wall builder. But here's what the dream does. The dream helps you tone up your talents. The dream helps you marshal your mastery. The dream helps you gather your gifts. The dream helps you stimulate your mind. The dream helps you tap into something. It helps you captivate and capitalize on your capacity. The dream helps you wake up that which has been latent in you. See, the problem is you think you are who you are, but you are not who you are. You're something much bigger than what you appear to be. You're really a wall builder serving as a cupbearer. But at some point, as I said last week, you got to put that cup down and you got to find the dream that's in your soul, because the dream is powerful. The dream comes not just to bless you, but to bless so many others. And if you will open yourself up to the dream, what you will find is this: that the dream desires to be expressed in and through your life, world, and affairs. Now, the dream, regardless of how big or how small, comes to you for a very specific reason, and that's so that it can come forth. I don't want you to question for a moment whether or not you can do it. Joel Osteen said he had 200 members for 12 years. Every time I say that, y'all act like y'all don't know who Joel Osteen is. You know who Joel Osteen is? Have you ever seen his church? Have you ever seen the number of people in his church? He had 200 members for 12 years. That's not my word, that's his word. 200 members for 12 years. That sounds like completion to me. But then at some point, because there was a dream in his soul, there was also an explosion in his ministry. And I'm telling you that there is a dream in your soul, but there's also an explosion in your life. But you're going to have to determine whether or not you're ready to blow up. See, everybody's not ready to blow up. Saints, let me tell you. See, everybody can't handle the blow up. Some people want to play small so that they never get big. But when you get ready to blow up, you don't get to control where the shrapnel goes. When you blow up, all you can do is walk in who you are. There's a dream in your soul, and that dream comes not just to blow you up, but to blow your world up. That dream comes to blow your community up. That dream comes to blow your family up. The dream comes to blow your church up. The dream comes to blow your job up. The dream comes to blow you up. Are you ready for the blow up?